challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah, I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and their inner-city rivals, the New York Giants. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready? Ready?
Check 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Great, great.
SOS. 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 Slam.
Gun, gun.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, pick you up.
Ready?
On first and 10, Newton. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Check Mike. Check Mike.
On first down, it's Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal.
That's it. Ready?
Got you, pop. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the
20.
3 down. 3 down. Hey, check.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
They'll run on first down. Mays. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long. Looking to throw. King, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
58, come on. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
A first down carry for Barkley. Showed some tough running, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. No, bottled up, fumble. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch the safety creep. 8.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another first and goal. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal.
Gun.
Newton now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
20. Great.
Mike 51, Mike 51. All day, every day, any day.
Throwing again, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Taywan Taylor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Throwing on 3rd and long. King looking here for Smith downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back? And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. King now from the gun. He'll throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. A gain of 22. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Let's go. 70 in. Trump. Watch the run. Mighty go.
Now King on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, full set up. Mike. Check back, check back. Hey, watch this, watch this. Check.
Here's King to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Great.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Watch the run. Get him.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
8.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw, Newton. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Set the time, defense. Let's go.
3rd and 2, Newton. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this ride?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Solomon Thomas able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd down, Mays. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
At the 25-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that, huh? Here we go. Check!
80 weapons. Delta. 41 Mike.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Mike 5.
To throw is King on 3rd down, and that's caught by Smith. And all the way down to the 35. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Get your swarm on.
Begin.
King to throw on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Hey!
On 3rd down, King. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Mike 5. All day, just like that.
Slam. Undercrush.
On 4th down, King. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage there, able to bat it down?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Sponge! Great! 20.
From the 35 on second down, Newton, he dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. King now off the play fake. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw. King. And that will be incomplete. So now fourth down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
Seibert's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
36. Mike, 50.
Now Newton on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there for the Giants. 47 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now King. Going to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 55 yards on first down. Johnson, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Here's 2nd and 8. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Solomon Thomas getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. King. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And Ingram hauls it in. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So 3 points.